Hey everyone, Justin here from the Bill Corzwana Center, coming at you with another stretch break of the week. For this week's stretch break, I want to take you through a quick 5-minute full body MAD routine that you could use really to just get a quick and efficient stretch and activation routine in the middle of your day, in the morning, and this would especially be useful prior to a workout. This is a great one because it hits a lot of different musculature. That's why we're calling it full body. And I'm sure you're wondering what the heck MAD stands for. What that stands for is we're going to hit one exercise that's going to be a stretch exercise. So that's a mobility exercise. So that's the M in our MAD acronym. Then we're going to hit one activation exercise. As you guessed, that's going to help activate musculature. And then the final D in our MAD acronym is for be dynamic. So we're going to take those changes that we were able to affect with that mobility exercise and that activation exercise, and we're going to put them together in a dynamic movement that can really prepare us for further physical activity, or really just help us to get the blood flowing and really help drive some more energy to our body. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into this. I don't want to take too long. I want to stick to the 5 minutes that we said that's going to take. And so we're going to start by laying on our backs. This one's called a Bretzel stretch because we're going to get in something that looks like a pretzel, and the guy that created this first name was Brett. So with that history lesson, we're going to take the knee up. We're going to aim for 90 degrees. We're going to roll over and lock it to the ground. So I want to take my bottom arm here and lock it to the ground. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this foot up. I want to take my top hand here and grab the ankle, okay? Then what I want to do is take a big inhale. On the exhale, I want to drive my foot into my hand here. Then I also want to try to bring this top shoulder towards the floor. So big exhale here. And what this does is it's getting me a stretch through, in this case here, my right leg, specifically my quad and my hip flexor. It's also getting a lot of thoracic rotation or mid-back rotation that we typically lack from just really not using that rotation ability of the middle back. And what happens is when we don't have that rotation that we really need in the mid back, our low back will typically take that and provide that rotation even though it shouldn't. And that's typically where a lot of issues arise. So we're doing 1 minute on each side. We've done 1 minute on this side, so let's bring it back to center. Now we're going to bring the right up. We're going to bring it over to the left. We're going to pin it to the floor. Then we're going to grab ankle. Going to give a big inhale. On the exhale, shoulders getting driven down and back. And we're holding this position. So remember, we really want that hip flexor and quad stretch to be pretty aggressive. So what I want to do is make sure I'm really driving that foot into the hand, and then that I'm also squeezing the glute of that same leg. Because what that's going to do is that's going to get me a little more stretch in the hip flexor at the front of the hip. So now that we've got about a minute on each side, that is our mobilization exercise. Now we're going to move to our activation exercise. So we're going to get here in a kneeling position. We're going to drop the feet to drop our butt to our feet, for a child's pose. I want you to bring those arms out, stretch to rest the head on the floor. We're going to do what's called a reach, roll, and lift. We're doing 5 on each side alternating. So let's start with the left first. You're going to reach as far as you can. You're going to roll that hand open so that the thumb is pointing outwards. Then what we're going to do, very crucial step here, we're going to pack the shoulder. What I mean by that is I want to take the shoulder and I want to take that blade and tuck it into my back pocket. So I'm pulling it both down and back. And then the last part is the lift. And I'm just lifting for a second, then I'm coming back to the start. So now that I've walked you through that, let's do it on the right side. We're reaching, we're gonna roll, we're gonna pack, and then we're gonna lift. The lift may only be an inch or two off the floor, and that's okay. That's how we know we're doing it right. So we're activating those lower trap muscles, those lower back muscles that far often are forgotten about and weak and underactive. These can really help to unlock good shoulder position. They can overhead. They can also help to relieve low back pain. So hopefully you're following along with me here as we go through these. I've got 3 on each side. We're going for the 4th on the left. I'm going to go ahead and tuck my head like I'm supposed to. Good. Last one here. Roll, pack, lift. Last one on the right. Reach, roll, pack, and lift. Perfect. All right, shake that out. You should have felt that in the shoulders, but also in the back. Now that we've got the activation exercise out, we're going to put it all together and get dynamic with it. So go ahead and stand up. We're going to take ourselves through a deep squat flow. So in this position, feet are hip width apart, toes are straight to ever so slightly outwards. What I want you to do first is we're going to go hands on the crease of groin, soften those knees up. We're going to drive the hips back. This is our hip hinge, okay? Next, you're going to grab the big toe of both feet. You are going to pull yourself down into a deep squat. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take right hand, we're going to grab left ankle, and then we're going to take that left hand and go up towards the ceiling, okay? You may be a lot higher than this. That's okay, but I do want you to try to get as low as possible. Once you do that left arm going up, we're going to take left arm, grab right ankle, and do the same thing on the other side. Then what you're going to do is right arm's going to come up, elbow as straight as you can get it, left is going to follow it, and then we're going to stand up. Now there's a lot of pieces to that. That's one of them. We're doing 3 more. So let's run through this together. Soft knees, hips go back. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Grab the big toes of either foot. Pull yourself down into that deep squat. Right hand grabs left ankle. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling. I follow with my sight. Then they switch spots. Left grabs right ankle. Right arm comes up. I follow with my sight. Next, right arm, left arm come up. Elbows as straight as we can get them. And that is our second one. Soften those knees again. We're coming in for number 3. Right and left come up. Elbows straight as you can get them. Stand it up. Last one. Hinge. Grab the big toe. Pull yourself down into that deep squat. Really feel that, feel that stretch that we're getting through the hips there. Right arm grabs left ankle. We're taking that left arm up. Then we're switching to the other side. Boom, boom, arms overhead, stand it up. Shake everything out, and that is our 5-minute, maybe a little more than that, full body MAD routine. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm now, and you can take on anything else that you have left today. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time.